Apple's second major event of the year, its annual Worldwide Developers Conference, just wrapped, and as expected, it was jam-packed with news. Let's dive in. Every WWDC brings a sneak peek at what new features are coming to iPhones in the fall. And with iOS 15, Apple is clearly trying to make using your phone a less annoying and addicting experience. A new Focus feature will let you set profiles for work and personal use, which will enable you to control which notifications you see during specific hours. And now, instead of seeing your alerts roll in real time, you can choose to view a notification summary at a specific time of day to better manage how you interact with apps. Text messages will still arrive in real time, so you don't have to worry about missing anything important. Now that we're all spending so much time on video calls, Apple is making FaceTime a more pleasant experience. Now the app supports spatial audio, which makes voices sound more natural, and you can choose whether to isolate your voice in a noisy environment or let in a lot of sound to let people hear the ambiance. And of course, you can turn on portrait mode for video calls, which is always a nice touch. A new feature called SharePlay, which works across Apple devices, lets you bring friends into an experience together, whether watching videos, listening to music, or browsing the web. You can see their face using picture-in-picture, or AirPlay the content to another Apple device to see more of their beautiful faces. And there are a few fun Photos features too. Now you can use your iPhone camera to scan text in real life or retroactively in photos that can then be copied and pasted into an email, for instance, or translated. There's a whole lot more coming to your iPhone this fall, but those are the biggest features by far. Of course, there wouldn't be a new version of iOS without a new version of macOS to complement it. This year's macOS is called Monterey, and it's all about making your Apple devices work more seamlessly together. The biggest new feature is called Universal Control, and it gives you the ability to use a single mouse or trackpad to control both your Mac and an iPad. This makes it easier to use multiple screens in your workspace. An iOS feature to automate shortcuts is now coming to macOS, which will let you trigger actions on your Mac using either pre-built or custom shortcuts. And AirPlay is finally coming to the Mac, so you can cast content from your iPhone or iPad to your Mac. One change that will be immediately noticeable for every Mac user is an overhaul of Safari. Now you can group your tabs and return to them later on any device, so you can work and plan more easily on your Mac or even your iPad or iPhone. Now that the iPad Pro shares a powerful M1 chip with the new MacBooks and iMac, it's time for iPadOS to become more powerful too. iPadOS 15 is a step in that direction, with multitasking features that make it easier to see split-screen apps and have quick access to apps using a new app shelf. New Notes features also make it easier to collaborate on the iPad. You can now tag notes to categorize them for easier searching, and you can mention people you're collaborating with by name so they know that their attention is being requested. And a Quick Note tool lets you swipe up in any app using an Apple Pencil to jot down a note without hopping over into the full Notes app. iPadOS is also getting a couple of iOS 14 features, like larger home screen widgets that you can place anywhere on the screen, and an app library for storing apps you don't want cluttering up the interface. You'd think a service called iCloud Plus would cost you some extra cash, but Apple is bundling in some new features without charging you more. A new Safari feature called Private Relay encrypts traffic from your browser so that not even Apple or your internet provider can see your surfing activity. And if you're using the native Mail app, you can create random email addresses to disguise your actual email. You can make and delete as many as you want. And now you can also add a digital legacy administrator to your iCloud account who will be able to see your data when you die. Morbid? Yes, but also useful. And finally, we saw improvements coming to Apple Watches this fall. While small, watchOS 8 includes a few useful features, like a reflective meditation practice in a new mindfulness app, respiratory rate notifications in the Sleep app, the ability to more accurately track Pilates and Tai Chi, and a new portrait mode watch face. Developer betas for the new software are available now, with public betas available in July and public launches sometime this fall. Keep it locked to Gizmodo.com for everything you need to know about Apple's announcements.